All right, I got my Thor mug for the Thor trailers that we're about to look at. Excuse me, Thor teasers. There's 2 that we're going to look at back to back. I don't know how much new footage is going to be in there, but Erik Voss thought it was fit to do a breakdown on one of them, and so we'll look at all 3 of these in one go. And I'm sure more Thor Love and Thunder teasers will drop over the coming days because the movie's coming out soon, and it's such a hot thing that we can't even buy tickets to it. Thankfully, we have a screening that we'll be going to, but golly, like the AMC app just was busted.
Crashed.
It just would not let me for hours. Still can't buy tickets.
Been trying since this morning.
Yeah, but anywho, welcome folks. I'm Jabby Kuwait, joined by Chara Kirk.
What's up?
We're looking at Thor Love and Thunder, the 2 teasers, and then of course Erik Voss's breakdown. If you guys haven't already, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, bell icon, all notifications, and vote this up. Let YouTube know you're enjoying what you're watching. Here we go.
There's a maniac who seeks to end us all. We must do something. I'm putting together the greatest team ever. Korg, he's my best friend.
Aww.
We
get to fight again.
The Guardians. Give me those. And Jane, your old ex-girlfriend.
Jodie Foster.
Jane Foster.
Ah.
You are not like the other gods of Kill. PG-13. Tickets on sale now.
All right.
Oh, that was cute. That's cute. I like it.
Jodie Foster.
That's such a Taika Waititi little joke as well. He's just like, oh, Jodie Foster. Like, no, Jane Foster.
What did we get out of that? He's rallying the troops is the main thrust of what I got out of that one.
Yeah, I mean, it's just telling us, oh, this is the team. We've got Valkyrie, we've got Korg, we've got Jane Foster, we've got the Guardians. That was a cute bit with Groot and Rocket there.
We've got the same shot of Chris Pratt we've been seeing through all the commercials.
Yes.
Which indicates to me he's not going to be in the movie all that much.
That's okay. Just give me Groot and Rocket.
Yeah.
We're fine.
How are we doing, guys?
What is he wearing?
We're all about to die.
You said this would be a relaxing holiday.
I said it was going to be like a relaxing holiday. Times like this, we need to come together.
Quite a reunion, huh?
What a classic Thor adventure. Okay, we should go. Thor Love and Thunder. Tickets on sale Monday.
That was really nicely cut together. I love that part. I can't remember exactly what Thor said, and then they cut to Chris Pratt doing an eye roll, and I was like, well, that was a good cut. It's cut together in like a really fun way. We know what Thor Ragnarok was like, and it's being directed by Taika Waititi, so of course it's gonna be a bunch of laughs, but all of these little teasers are definitely giving me that tone, and I like it.
Additionally, it should say, tickets on sale Monday, and you won't be able to purchase them.
That's true.
The apps are going to be busted because we are Marvel and we're the biggest thing ever. Erik Voss, Thor Love and Thunder, new trailer footage breakdown. Here we go.
Welcome back to New Rockstars. I'm Erik Voss, and Thor Love and Thunder released new TV spots and footage, teasing some interesting new clues about this movie's villain, Gorr the God Butcher, and what exactly Thor is doing with the Guardians of the Galaxy, other than, I guess trying to bang them all. Despite this film impressively still keeping much of the story under wraps, we've actually learned some major details this week that we gotta break down. And a reminder that the best way to support New Rockstars is to check out our new Miss Marvel-inspired shirt, Cosmic Daydream.
You see the Spider-Man one?
Yeah, I like that one.
Okay, let's take a look at the latest tickets on sale promo.
How are we doing,
I
guys?
would love to show you this in full, but I guess YouTube decided that if we play Axl Rose's voice longer than 3 seconds, I gotta mow everyone's yards for a month. So let's just take it bit by bit. The first new shot shows Thor.
Yeah, you can't play that song.
I'm so glad he called that out because it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. It's just a hint of a song and then it gets demonetized. You're like, what the... Like, come on. Like, seriously, in this day and age? Okay.
Thor's arrival to the battle alongside the Guardians of the Galaxy on the planet that I think is Centauri 4.
How are we doing, guys?
Drax responds,
We're all about to die.
and then Rocket jumps in.
You said this would be a relaxing holiday.
I said it was going to be like a relaxing holiday.
You'll notice Thor is wearing this poncho and has his hair tied back in a bun, the same look and loungewear that he's rocking when he's meditating under that wisdom tree. The latest full trailer added 2 figures walking up to him, presumably 2 of the Guardians, begging him to come help out with this battle. And then the shot of him dramatically unfurling his poncho to reveal his Big Trouble Little China outfit underneath with a vest made out of Peter Quill's jacket. I think the gag there is really the fact that he had this on underneath the poncho the whole time, or the guy is just capable of magical wardrobe quick changes.
Presumably the shirt is also Peter Quill's because he's a fan of Kurt Russell.
Oh, that's right.
That would make the most sense to me. Also, the joke that Thor said there, don't know if there's any relation, but that joke was straight from The Odd Couple too. Jack Lemmon and the other guy, I forgot his name. Walter Matthau, yeah. They're trying to get this trip to like a wedding or something.
Do you really think that we can make San Molina in 2 hours? Who said that? You did last night. What I meant was I could make this 5-hour trip seem like 2 hours.
The car's going so slow that someone running is going fast in the car, and then a jogger is going fast in the car, and then like an old person with a cane is going fast in the car. But anyways, from The Odd Couple.
Is a big detail about the character from the comics when he had the alter ego of Dr. Donald Blake and would tap his umbrella to turn it into Mjolnir. A little goofy Thor detail that the MCU films haven't really explored that much. And the fact that the flashback shows him back in his yellow boots, I think they're going to be touching back on a lot of that stuff in Love and Thunder. So then later when Zeus flicks off his robes, I think the expectation there is that once again Thor might just have on a different outfit underneath the disguise, but since the Olympians have depowered him, he's just bare-ass naked underneath. Which then raises the question, why exactly are all those Olympians fainting? Like, what is it about his, Stormbreaker down there? Is it just like too huge? Is it too small? Is it a weird shape? Is it too bright? Is it like inside out? Is it tied in a bow? Is it tied in like a Norse Asgardian braid? Is the hair braided like that? Don't get mad at me for asking these questions. They put it in the movie. Anyway, Rocket says
it could just be that his body looks great.
I mean, yeah, they're all like, oh shit. Greeks traditionally have had a great appreciation of the human form. Back in the day during the Olympics, all of the athletes had to compete naked. Did you know that?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, so, they're just like, oh my God, what a specimen.
Thor promised them a relaxing holiday. So they're not necessarily on this planet intentionally to save the Zatoan tribe. The conflict really just sprung up while they were there trying to relax. It may also just be that for Thor, war-torn regions are just his happy place. It seems like in the first act of this film, Thor will have used the Guardians in really a one-sided relationship to get back into shape, back in the rhythm of his life, and now with another classic Thor adventure, but one that might leave him feeling still unfulfilled. But I love the framing and the movement of Rocket. We do not see his legs. He just kind of like bobs across the screen, the way a Muppet just kind of bounces. Now the VFX on Rocket has always been pretty great in these films, but part of the reason why is that they have a practical stand-in fur puppet version of the character when they shoot this stuff. And if in this movie Taika Waititi embraces more of the puppetry, that could be another way we get more practical laughs from the character. Like the puppeteering works really well for Grogu in the Mandalorian shows, and since this is the first time we've seen Rocket in the movie since Grogu has entered our lives, I just wouldn't blame them for trying to go more practical in some of these shots. I like how the Zatoan chieftain has a plastic cone around his neck. Who knows if this is part of his ceremonial garb or if he had like an injury of some kind, but in this section you likely caught this image of Valkyrie licking her sword, which do not do that. Your tongue's right next to the blade, you could cut it. But the blood that she is licking off is splattered on her arms, her fist, her forearm, her armor, and yeah, it is golden. In fact, that sword, as we see in another shot, is green colored. The gold on the blade is their blood. The Olympian guards they're fighting in the scene have golden armor, golden flesh, and probably bleed the color gold. And this may remind you of the Sovereign in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, and that may be by design. The warriors supplied to Olympus may be provided by the Sovereign, the same breed of genetic super soldiers that Adam Warlock is. Will Poulter will play Adam Warlock in Guardians Volume 3, and I'm interested to see if in this film, either with a line or a cameo or something in the post-credit scene, might catch us up with Aisha's vengeance plot against the Guardians via Adam in that golden cocoon. But there's another new clip in this trailer.
Times like this, we need to come together.
Quite a reunion, huh?
Yeah, it sounds like Thor will join this New Asgard town hall meeting after the attack on the town from the Black Berserkers, and is showing up Valkyrie a little bit, who now rules over this kingdom. This may be the political turmoil in New Asgard. It was teased by the Spider-Man No Way Home news ticker, and we also just saw an Easter egg in Ms. Marvel episode 1 that as far as New Jersey, they are handing out pamphlets for tours of New Asgard, so the colony's new status as a tourist destination might be inviting some unwelcome attention for some refugees who just wanted a quiet, peaceful existence after the events of Ragnarok. Jane says, quite a reunion, huh? And we actually learned this week from interviews with the cast in D23 magazine via the direct that this film will feature flashbacks to Thor and Jane's past relationship, including their breakup, and those might be the funniest moments in the entire film. Chris Hemsworth said, quote, there actually wasn't a whole lot of evidence to definitively say this is how they broke up, this is what happened. It was left open for an interpretation, which was great because it allowed us to go on this fun journey. What did their relationship look like when they were together? What did it look like when they were breaking up? Why did they break up? It's some of the funniest stuff in the film.
Oh my God,
Natalie Portman added, it was really fun to get to imagine the parts of the relationship we hadn't seen, and the hard parts of a scientist dating an otherworldly superhero. And again, I'm just gonna say, what caused all those Olympians to faint might be the reason they broke up. It's just too much to manage. Too much. Too much? Oh, the places my mind goes. Another promo included one new line from Gorr the God Butcher.
Well, you'll be back
better without gods.
I like how he says the world will be better without gods when we are in a galaxy filled with multiple worlds. What planet is he referring to? Earth? His home planet? Either way, it's just interesting that he stays singular there. And one thing I love about all the footage of Gorr so far is that it seems to show a physical transition throughout the film for this character. It looks as though he begins his film as a stringy but strong yet vacant killer, but in the shots of what I assume is the film's climax, he now has scarring and open wounds bleeding into his robes. High contrast, thick shadow lighting and monochrome, evoking the German expressionist style from the 1920s in films like The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, and it's now making a bit of a comeback in movies like The Tragedy of Macbeth. It just seems like Gorr is coming into this movie with nothing to lose and erodes into an increasingly monstrous form, uncaring if he makes it out of this alive. In that same D23 magazine piece, Hemsworth called Christian Bale's performance, quote, brilliant, saying, quote, the rest of us would be in our world of improvisation, comedy, and fun. Then he'd walk on set, we'd all look at each other and say, oh my God, this is really intense, this is really scary. And Tessa Thompson said, quote, Bale towed this really great line because he needs to be terrifying, but also needs to work in the context of our colorful, snappy, irreverent world.
Tom Hardy said that when he was on set for Dark Knight Rises, Christian Bale really had an intimidating presence about him as the Batman. Like there was something about him that just was like, you recognized. And what's funny is, in the movie, Batman's afraid of Bane because Bane broke his back. You know, there's something about Christian Bale. Everyone seems to say this about him. Like
he's just intense. Too bad that PA or whatever didn't realize that on the set of Terminator Genesis.
It was a DP.
Oh, it was the DP.
That's why he went off on him.
Dang. Okay.
You and I are professionally finished. McG, you got anything to say about this? Good for you. Best rant of all time. I love it so much. He was so mad.
So mad, but like that makes sense because he's so intense, you know?
Yeah.
He's got his craft. He's very serious about it.
You know what I liked about that rant is that it was towing the line just like this. It was towing the line where it was just like, it was just enough that it didn't feel uncomfortable.
And I think it is so telling that she used the word colorful as a point of contrast, because the footage shows her fighting Gorr with Zeus's lightning bolt as Gorr appears to be draining the Technicolor from her body. So visually, Gorr is a monochromatic character in a vibrant rainbow setting of these Thor movies. And as this movie progresses, it looks like it's gonna transform all the photography into black and white. In general, a sign of great visual storytelling is whether you can watch a movie and still understand it without the dialogue. And it looks like Taika Waititi is aiming for that here. I cannot wait to see the color palette break down of all the frames of this movie zoomed out and how it becomes a spectrum of color draining into gray tone. Tickets going on sale Monday, so brace yourselves.
Brace yourselves. You may not be able to get a ticket if you're a member of AMC.
Brace yourselves. You might just snap. Widespread reports of sudden brain aneurysms, people last found with phone in their hands on the AMC app trying to get Thor tickets.
The Thor page open, but no ticket purchased.
All of them collectively lost their shit.
Everybody in the comments is going to be like, I don't know what you're talking about, Jabby and Achara. I managed to get a ticket today, no problem.
Thanks so much for hanging out. Hopefully you enjoyed that. And let us know if you were able to get tickets and could you spare one. Our thoughts and prayers go out to all those who suffered in an effort to try to get tickets and could not. Stupid! Losing my shit. That's it for now. I'm Jabby Coy. This is
Achara Kirk.
Peace out.